Hello. Let's see if it works this time, as I'm trying to set up this in a street corner other than in my house. So let me see if I can get it set up right. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it from here. There's too much glare. I can't really read. Let's see. We'll see. And I feel like I gotta get too close to the camera. I don't know, is the connection okay over there for anybody? And how's the audio? Is there too much background noise? I might just have to wait and do this at the house. Please. Can you guys? What's up, Jake? So you can hear there's not too much going on in the background. Because they're building something across the street, but they haven't really pulled any of the heavy equipment out to do anything yet. And the connection's okay? Because I'm not going to start a video if I'm going to lose the connection here, so that's why I'm kind of waiting around to see if, because I'm hooked up to like a coffee house connection, so, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? If this is going to cut out, I'm going to wait like 5 minutes as usual. That way if it starts cutting out, and it's also kind of bothering me, the glare on the screen. I don't know why there's so much of it. It's not even that sunny. So we'll see. So you guys get zen at early hours. Usually not up this early. Oh, no. Take that back. I'm up way before this. But, not necessarily doing videos. But we'll talk about astrology. And I really like the title of the video. And we'll see. We will see. So, like I said, 5 minutes. Just to make sure I can maintain quality of this connection. Well, oh, you mean rush hour on the internet? Not, I don't know about here. Maybe. I think people here are already up fucking with the computer before they get to work. You know what I mean? Because people here use the bandwidth at, I think, different hours than other cities. People go to work late, probably dicking around, still in bed, but on their phone using a lot of... But who knows? We'll see. It's kind of weird talking with the glare and not really be able to see what you guys are saying, and I'm all up in the camera. I don't want to sit back here, but can you hear me from back here? From back here, does this make sense? Or maybe I can put my headphones on. That might help. I don't know. I might have to just go back to the house and do this though. I'm just gonna repeat that, just for the new people that walked in. Yeah, it does seem like they're gonna be unloading some shit, so I don't know. Maybe this isn't the coffee shop to do it from today. What up, Hood 369? Yeah, astrology. Talk about it. It's a talk that I've done before, and I'll just give you a simple idea here, and it's in 3 parts. And it's that people that don't know astrology are controlled by it, and people that know a little bit of astrology are even more controlled by it. But people that know astrology very well transcend it and realize it's just a tool. There's so many people that are they play with the tarot, they read, they know astrology, but then they become victims of it, and other people become their victims. And I mean that in the most endearest terms, but you know, when somebody's like, oh, that person's a Cancer, that person's a Scorpio, that person's a, and they box them into this. Those are the qualifiers. But astrology is not. People don't know how to calculate it properly. They don't know the parallax. You don't know the exact time, location, day of someone's birth, and everything that's going on. Nor do you know the other planetary influences of someone's life, or life paths. So astrology can be a very, very high quality tool, but it also can be something to pigeonhole and allow people to use. I don't know. It'd be like, oh, you're a so and so. Like, what do you mean I'm a so and so? Because I told you I told you my sun sign, even though you don't even understand that my rising sign is going to be affecting differently. It's a fool to be ruled by exactly, but that's what occurs. Is, see, most people, if people live their life without the use of astrology, which is most people, that's just fine. They could still to a degree overcome it because they're not even aware that of its workings. So that they could. Most people are blind to it, so they're never even. How could they? How could they overcome it? But it's the same people that use like Myers-Briggs tests. Those people hate astrology, but yet it's the same. It's the same function. It's the same workings. Not. It's a lower level than astrology by far. Myers-Briggs that's entry-level astrology. But then people start to know it, and they start to, it's all written in the stars. It's all, so that's somebody's character traits, and it's just, for people that don't know astrology, people that just like, you could read somebody, oh yeah, but, yeah, Tessa, yeah, that's, you can know, yes, and from there, that's the work. Like, you work on those types of, you're going to have your strengths and weaknesses. And the point is to look at your astrological chart and to put it into, become the center point of the monad and to have workings of the entire thing. When somebody says, oh, here's where your chart reads, I'm like, no. Like, that's what you're reading it at. That's where I was born, but I'm not where I was born, am I? I'm here now. I'm right here. I'm not over there. That was X number of years ago with different energies. And you have all of these influences that go on in your life, and if you're aware of them, you adjust accordingly and have more ability to respond and control and steer, if you will, energy. And most people that get into astrology really still don't even know that. They still apply it to their own lives and other people as if it's written in stone. I've seen so many people do it. I know people that use tarot in a very malleable way, and they use astrology especially. They've become, they become a victim of their own miscalculations and misreadings of what a chart is. I don't care how good somebody of a reader is, you can't possibly, you can't adjust. I mean, they're all very, birth charts, numerology, all of that shit. It's very helpful and has an influence, obviously. But it's when people get trapped underneath the trappings of it. It's like somebody becomes a very good chef, right? But they cook Italian, become so good at it, become professional at it. But then they don't know anything outside of that realm. So I would never call that person a chef. I'd call them a cook. You can do one thing until you can turn your craft into understanding all of the aspects, and even knowing that as a more professional reader of the astrological signs. Still, people become like, that's it. That's what it is. As if there's only 12. That's not even close. It'd be 12 by 12, which would be 144 to begin with. Which is funny. The license plate on this vehicle says 144. It'd be like, okay, there's two things. There's two genders, two sexes, and then you go and you split that up. Okay, there's gonna be differences there. Then you got your 12 months, but you could do it by so many different patterns. So most people just stick with the simple patterns, but in reality. First of all, why does it work? It's an imprinting of light and energy from a certain place. That's why people look different. That's why people have different attitudes. You're going to influence. You're going to be influenced by your parents, but your parents are archetypes, and their archetypes were influenced by planets too. And those planets, an accurate model to me, is the closest you can find. I think really is probably the model that Norb's World or Martin Kenny puts up, or I mean, that's that was already ancient models of that. That's as close as excuse me, as close as I think to find. But those things, if the sun gives you energy to grow a plant and the moon succubus is energy, then why wouldn't the other lights in the sky having some sort of effect, right? Like you could go out in the sun, but if you know the energy of the sun and you put on some clothes, you're not gonna get the sun's not gonna give you suntan. Pretty simple, right? So you're blocking the energy of that. But coming out of the womb, like you're imprinted with that. But that imprinting, just like DNA and everything else that goes on your body, you can change, you can adjust. What's up, Witch Moon? So check it out, y'all. I'm gonna because this is still kind of I don't like being in the camera this much like this, and I can tell it's about to get loud in a second here. So I'll finish this and do a part 2 of it. I'll probably just do a part 2 where I start from the beginning and just go over that again, and then we'll go deeper into it. Maybe like an hour, because I want to have some coffee and a snack, and maybe a jog in the park. I don't know. What's up, Anani Mouse? Oh, thank you. Yes, it's one of my favorites. So yeah, maybe I'll see you guys maybe I'll just go up to the park and use the 5G. Maybe I'll go to the fountain. Maybe you'll see me sooner than I'll tell you. So either give me like an hour and a half, or give me 20 minutes. We'll see. See if I'm on here in 20, and we'll go deeper in astrology and stuff. And I'll go. I'll use the same title, part 2, and I'll discuss those words and what I meant by them. I'll title this. I see there's the noise that's gonna get in the way. So cheers, y'all. We'll talk in a little bit.